The Scorpio Races, by my blood. Prologue. My name is Mera, meaning of the sea. I live on Thisbe, a small little island with chalky cliffs and sparse grasslands, and a few small towns, the largest being Skarmouth, dot it. But the rest is sheep pasture, and a grand portion belongs to the Malvern Yard. Flashy sport horses, speedy thoroughbreds, warm bloods and draughts, and most notably, handsome Sean Kendrick and his cattle Ishka. Mr. Malvern's son, a bastard child and a real gobshite, was out on the beach on one of the cattle Ishka, a terrifying piebald mare. He sat heavily and without grace, his hand gripping a whip. Standing proudly, like the race had been won already, was Sean Kendrick on the back of the blood-red stallion, Core. I sat atop the cliffs and watched the deadly dance of the Ishka. I saw blood on the sea despite the earliness of training. I wanted so badly to ride in the Scorpio Races. It was deadly, but the Ishkas sang to me, and I knew better than to trust their magic. But I was intrigued. I decided, as I watched Sean Kendrick gallop his stallion across the beach, to catch and train one of the Cabo Ishka for myself. It was late, and I waited, and I prayed. I could hear the spray of the sea and the light trickle of rain outside of the cave. I waited to hear a change in the sea, as I was advised by none other than Sean Kendrick, because by the time I would hear the horse on the beach, I would be dead. I could hear the horse breaking from the surf, surging, and I peeked around the wall to look. He had huge, powerful shoulders and a crested neck. He was black as night like my hair, with a silvery white mane and tail. His eyes were wolf-like. I knew he would be fast. It was a moonless night over the near November sea. I could feel the magic of this horse, even from where I stood. I ran my gloved thumb over the halter I had with me. Inside my pockets there was a stone with a hole through the middle, red ribbons, and a small bar of iron. I removed that and approached the stallion with a sure step. He looked at me as if I was no more significant than the sand on the beach, but I walked towards him still. The stallion reared, striking the air. Without taking my eye off the stallion, I strung the stone onto the halter and tried to look entranced. I stepped forward and placed a hand on his side. The stallion thought I was going to trust him, but my gloves and long-sleeved shirt kept the magic in him from touching my skin. He lowered his head to me in a move that was almost equine. Almost. Before the stallion knew it, I had the halter, the small stone strung to it, and red ribbons tied to the noseband so that it touched his skin around his long face. He reared at the end of the lead, but did not shriek to the sea. He clawed the air, but did not strike me. He opened his mouth, but did not bite me. "Now, you need a name," I mumbled when he finally calmed down enough to have 4 feet on the ground. I looked at him quietly under the light of thousands of stars and pondered. He was death black like the feathers of a raven. I remembered the names listed at the butcher's shop. Sean Kendrick and Core, Matthew Melvin and Scudder, Kate Connolly and Dove. I watched the training on the beach, each horse with a name that was the sea or the island. I thought quietly, my eyes never leaving the stallion, not trusting him or letting my guard down for a moment. "Fallon," I whispered. "Leader." I kept one shoulder firmly planted against the horse's large chest as I led him up the slope of the cliffside path. The stallion fought me hard, pushing back against me, but I had spent my life around horses. I knew them like nobody else, except maybe Sean Kendrick. I could ride everything put in front of me, and I refused to let the Cabo Ishka be the first to scare me from riding.